Hey, we made this.
Michael said he's not going because he's got work tomorrow. He's got that music video.
Oh, yeah.
He's picked up what's-his-face today?
Janderson?
No, Opie's friend.
Jordan?
Jordan. He picked up Jordan.
The guy that looks like a lesbian Doctor Who cosplayer.
I've never met Jordan.
Jordan's lovely.
I've never met him.
We took Jordan to Dublin and none of us took a towel because we assumed that the hotel would have had a towel and he was the only one that was stupid enough to take a towel. And the fucking state of that towel.
Yeah, there wasn't a towel in the hotel.
I just air dried. I took one look at that towel. One look at that towel after day one. It had been fucking gangbanged by 6 filmmakers. I'm like, no, I'm out. I'm done.
Did you
that
ask
was
for a
white.
towel?
What?
Did you ask for a towel?
No, but I thought, you know.
No, I mean, like, from the hotel.
No, when you got there, Dick.
Well, it's like it wasn't a hotel.
yourself?
It was like a rented room sort of thing,
Was there no
like a
one
rented
else?
apartment.
Oh, like an Airbnb?
Yeah.
So you couldn't ask anyone.
It's unfortunate. I need to pack a towel. You just
You need to
reminded me.
pack a towel. Yeah, don't go, be in that situation.
Yeah, because I'm working away and tomorrow, so I need to pack a towel. I've forgotten to do so.
Don't forget your towel.
Hey, here he is. Oh my god.
Hello and welcome to CineMortuary.
It's his episode.
If you'd have let me finish, I would have passed it over to Chris. Chris.
Are we ready to go?
We're ready to go.
Yes.
I have
Right.
no Nutella and no banana. And this film was shit.
Hello and welcome to CineMortuary, the distinctly banana and Nutella-free zone. I'm Chris Wilson, and join me as always, it's Dave Walker.
Dave Walker, not impersonating Donkey Kong,
Nope.
with a complete lack of bananas.
Nope. Or
Nope.
Nutella.
I am good though. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm excellent, thank you, Chris.
How are your potassium levels?
Getting there. Go!
Bye, Eleanor. And join me also is Robbie Owens.
Hi, Chris. I don't like bananas.
I know, because you mocked the banana ride in my car earlier on.
I did, yeah. Yeah, openly.
Just fucking mock a banana.
Just wish I'd have had a pair of latex gloves on me because I didn't want to expose my bare skin to having to pick that up, but there we go.
What was wrong with it?
It was a banana.
Oh, okay. Nothing particularly...
No. I mean, it was quite brown as well. Like, if I was to eat bananas, which I don't, I wouldn't have, like, a brown one.
Are you
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
these people who have it when it's bright green?
No, I'm one of these people that don't have it. 'Cause I don't like bananas, Chris. I would have them yellow, which I think is the correct colour of bananas.
Hey Dave. I bet his potassium levels are absolute dog shit.
They
I
are.
bet they are.
They are. I've got a problem with potassium intake. I've yet to find a substitute.
Do you remember that time, was it? I think Van brought us mince pies.
I
to
don't
the
like them
showroom
either.
about 5 years ago.
Yeah,
And you kind of waited for him to leave, and then you just slowly slid the Tupperware towards me.
correct.
Don't eat dead fruit. It's a live fruit.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
If it's shriveled, it's
Yeah.
not going in my mouth.
How is it? They're quite nice, actually. You should try one. No, fuck no.
So, Chris,
Yes,
Please.
you're on the porcelain throne, aren't you?
I am indeed.
Porcelain thorn. That as well.
Game of Thorns.
Game of Thrones.
For about 2 years, I thought it was called Game of Thorns.
Did you really?
Yeah, I just didn't read it correctly. Because the chair was spiky, so I thought, oh yeah, thorny chair, isn't it?
Makes sense. I mean, it's swords, isn't it, though, the chair?
Yeah. Game of Thorns.
Game of
Anyway,
Thrones.
Revenge of the Creature, that's what we're reviewing this week. The sequel to Creature from the Black Lagoon, made about a year afterwards, I believe.
Yep, quick turnaround time.
Oh, aye.
Would you like to know a fascinating fact about the Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
It is my favourite classic Universal horror film.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
It's an interesting choice.
I know. I know.
Better than Frankenstein?
Yep.
Better than King Kong?
Yep.
Obviously better than Dracula.
Yep.
Better than Wolfman?
Yep.
Old Dark House?
Not seen Old Dark House, mate.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I just threw it in there as a curveball.
I just really like it.
better than Abbott and Costello meet the Invisible Man?
Well, actually, now you've...
Wait.
Don't bring Abbott and Costello into this.
That's just unfair.
That's the big guns now. So, Willy, what was your choice? What was the reason for your choice, even?
Well, I think I explained in a past episode about how, when it comes to like horror films and like sci-fi films, like the 1950s, has always been the era that's done it for me. Like once upon a time, it's like 10 years ago or so, like I had this idea for like a script, and it was like going to be like a real piss take of like the 1950s horror and sci-fi films, because I thought back then, for some reason, because my only experience prior to that was watching the film Ed Wood by Johnny Depp, starring Johnny Depp, so I assumed that every film of that era was utter shite.
Right, okay,
like this really ramshackle, like...
just all bottom of the barrel exploitation.
Yeah, UFOs made out of plates and, cardboard
sticks,
settings. And all that lot. So I bought this box set, and it included the likes of Invasion of Body Snatchers. Obviously, we've done that previous episode, the remake of it. Included, like, this Planet Earth, Tarantula, which isn't that good, to be fair, but... And
it's all right.
Yeah, and it also included Creature from Black Lagoon, and so I watched it, and, he absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
In all fairness. But I didn't actually realise until we recorded about 6 episodes ago that there was actually 2 sequels to this film.
Yes,
The 2? I didn't know.
There is, yeah. The other ones escaped my mind now. The name of it.
3. I don't know.
No.
I didn't even know there were sequels to it initially, so...
Yeah. So I chose this because I thought, oh, bloody hell, there's actually a sequel. I want to see what it's like.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Here we find ourselves.
Have any of you two seen it before? I mean, take away your response, Dave. That'd be a no.
I hadn't even seen the original, to be honest. I thought it was...
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I collect the original Universal DVDs and videos. You know, the ones from the 90s, when they were pushing out the Bram Stoker and Mary Shelley's and the fucking shite fests. They brought out this lovely remastered presentation series of all the original Universal monsters, basically anything with the 4 main guys in it.
Yeah.
They would shove out, including this stuff, and every time I buy a bundle on eBay, this one's always missing.
Yeah.
So I've always kind of just forgotten about it.
I guess... like some of the DVD box that I got, because it was lumped in more towards the sci-fi spectrum, I guess, due to licensing. That's just the way it was.
It's weird. I think it's expired its copyright, because I found both films on archive.org in HD, no problem.
So I didn't know this. I illegally downloaded. Oh, this time legally.
As it
transpires, legally downloaded this one this time.
Yeah. So I think he's the kind of guy that doesn't get much love, and I don't think he's...
It's a weird one, because...
Have you seen the Tom Cruise Mummy? Sorry, we'll let you finish.
No, I've not seen that one yet, no.
I'm pretty sure, because Russell Crowe does this thing as Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll, where he walks around the room and just leans on various cabinets with artifacts of the monsters in. Like, ooh, a Tesla coil. Ooh, a cane and fangs. Ooh. And I'm pretty sure there's something from the creature in that room.
Ooh, a creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, it's that shit.
Yeah. Ooh, a rubber suit.
Ooh.
Now, just going back to what I was going to say, it's a weird one, because you mentioned all the other creatures there, they're all like pre-existing properties, aren't they? Or they were at the time. Whereas the creature from Black Lagoon, Gillman, whatever you want to call it, seems to have been added on in this period, whereas like the Wolfman and everyone all had their own films in the 30s, didn't they?
This feels like it's 20 years too late kind of thing. Because it is 50s, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So it's 20 years after the main monster boom.
That's right.
Which is a bit odd. But it it kind of feels like they've just lumped it in, like, it's black and white, just shove it in there, make some money. So I don't really know where he fits in, but I like him. I think he's good fun. And he appears in one of my favourite films, that's Monster Squad, alongside Frankenstein, Wolfman and Dracula.
Of course.
So, it's all good fun for me. I love it. Yeah.
It's directed by Jack Arnold as well. The sequel. I don't know if the original was.
It was, yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
What did he go on to do?
Well, he was one of the monster movie sci-fi movie kind of directors.
Yes,
Did he
yes,
do
he
Plan
was.
9 from Outer Space? Or am I making that up?
No, Plan 9 for Outer Space was Ed Wood. I think
Right.
he did... I'm going to have to look this up without being sure, but I'm sure he directed a couple of other films I've mentioned in that box set.
Tarantulas from Mars. Sky Galleons of Pluto.
Pirates of Uranus. It came from Uranus.
Talking about Rob Yatya.
Damn it, Wilson. You're right, so he directed The Incredible Shrinking Man.
Oh, yes, that was another film, that box set. Another very good film, by the way.
Okay, cool.
He directed With These Hands. He directed...
What, Braun Strowman?
Yes, yeah. He was the man that originally got them. And he directed It Came from Outer Space.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
So,
Another
classics
very
of
good
that
film.
ilk. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool. Shall we dive into the film, then?
Let's dive in.
Yep. I see what you did there.
No.
Oh, we don't repeat the spot.
Banned.
We did off microphone.
Just because my computer crashes doesn't mean I have to pretend to laugh again.
That came out a lot camper than what I expected.
It came out a lot louder as well. Fucking hell.
I thought Kenneth Williams had been resurrected in this cinematography studio.
Oh, matron.
Oh, hello. Yes.
Yeah, so the film, then.
Yes.
What I really like about these old films is the dramatic music at the beginning.
I was going to ask, what is it you specifically like about this time period? Because we don't really touch on it much in this podcast. So.
I don't know. It's a weird one. It's just that aesthetic where it's quite clearly half of it's on a film studio, yet there's sort of just this very nice quality to it, and like the way it's filmed, and even like the stupid things like how, like the way people look in it, it just feels. I don't know. It's a weird one. It feels a lot. I think the horror and stuff in it is a lot more effective because it feels like it's from a much more innocent time.
Yeah,
and I think that contrast works really well.
There's something that I quite like. I think it was either in pre-1950s or contemporary Hollywood that we did with Sheldon at uni, where he basically laid out the process of how these films are made. And it was like, do the poster, find a name, make a film.
Yeah.
And because of that, they're all sort of hodgepodge of ideas of whatever crew you could find, whatever writer you could find. And there's just something about it that sort of brings it back to the grassroots filmmaking almost, even though it's multinational filmmaking.
I mean, this is still... I still think it's still like in the golden age of cinema of Hollywood, where everyone's tied to contracts and they've got to do this film because we say so, otherwise you're not eating again. Or,
it's studios, not names, individual names apart from your stars, sort of thing.
But like you said, it's even though there's that in the background, it's nice that it's just cobbled all together and there's no
you can really
methodical calculation behind it. They just get on with it.
Everything feels like it's ideas driven. Which is
whereas
lovely.
These days with a lot of films, it feels like that was spent like days and days in a boardroom, painstakingly going through a few charts, making sure everything is how it should be.
If we're talking about the studio engine, I think independent horror is booming at the minute. There's so many fantastic ideas out there. So I suppose it's your favourite time period coming back around again, almost.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, right. Into the deep end then.
Oh, God.
Huh?
I said, oh, God.
Oh!
Hey.
Well, you're not getting back to the fish puns.
Well, no, we're not doing... No. We've had 3 episodes of fish puns.
No, we can't dive back into them.
There's a time and a place, you're right.
I've had enough already.
Wilson, go. Start the film.
I'm just going to do flub that line this time. I remember when I tried that in Shark Attack 2. I just completely fucked the line up. Anyway, for music at the beginning, and all these films always start with the same noises, like a pop, pop, pop.
Shout out to the classic Universal logo as well.
It's very nice.
Yes, mate.
It's lovely stuff. Have you all seen the original, by the way? The first one?
Of course,
Yes.
Yes, good.
Yes.
They're good.
Very, very good. So we start in a tributary of the Upper Amazon, as it says on screen.
Which got me on board straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a both geographically specific and at the same time non-specific intro, and I'm all over it.
You could literally put the same text up against a warehouse. It would be the same
Yeah,
thing.
you could.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Put a few Colombian guys in the background with AKs and it's perfectly fine, isn't it?
Yeah. So we start with a boat, and through a mixture of green screen stock footage and sound effects straight from the BBC archive studio.
Yes.
Yeah. We establish that we've got a crew here looking to capture this mythical gillman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it the same boatman from before? Same captain?
It's the same captain as the first film, yeah. It's a whole different crew otherwise.
Yeah.
We established, like straight away, the foreign, slightly mad ship captain is established.
Yeah.
Off the bat.
Quite sweaty as well. I
Quite
noticed.
sweaty.
Get that one ticked right off.
I think the actor barely had a chance to get his fucking coat and shoes on by the time the first one finished. It's like, no, come on. Sequel, come on.
Yeah, and this boat's called Verita, which, again, it's no wet dream, is it?
No, it's not, no. I don't think that'll ever be beaten.
No.
This bit at the start where he does the classic, the captain has the, just to warn you guys, this is fairly dangerous shit, and everyone's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
He stood there with a wheelbarrow of exposition waiting to tip it out onto
Exactly.
the deck.
Yeah.
So far, so Anacondas.
Yes. Anacondas is borrowing heavily from Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, as it turns out it is. So they basically they stop overnight. They're gonna try and capture this mythical beast, but because they're waiting, it gives them time to talk around the table for what seems like quite a long time. In all
I'll
fairness,
just bring my fucking wheelbarrow downstairs then, shall I?
Trying to sort of explain why they're doing it, but not really. So, is it for science? Is it for an exhibition? Hedging the bets a bit, if we're being honest.
It's for a sequel, be honest.
Yeah. You've got to keep the door open, haven't you, on that one?
Yeah. And we also, the captain says that the creature doesn't belong in our world. It should have died long before humans were born.
Should have died long ago.
Yeah.
And what was it? This beast is stronger than this thing you call evolution as well.
There's some really cool lines in this.
It's all right, actually.
In the first one, yeah.
Just spits them all out, though, doesn't he, in the first 5 minutes?
That's it, his wheelbarrow's over it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem. Like, all the real cool dialogue happens here.
Yeah.
And then it's just sort of forgotten about.
Yeah, it's very much after this point. Oh no, this person's been attacked. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, it's escaped. Spoilers. Oh no.
Oh, nothing's happening. Go and fuck about in the water. Oi, work experience. Down you go. Oh, look at that, he attacked him.
You, red shirt, go.
In you pop.
One thing about this film that I am jumping ahead slightly, that I do find hilarious is whenever there's a scene of one of the main protagonists having a rumble with the creature, it's kind of like fairly fights him off a bit, gets a bit of a scratch, and then as soon as someone that's not one of the main protagonists gets in, it's like instant snappage, murderous killage, one punch.
Yeah. Every time your main man goes up to it, it's like that cringeworthy scrap in the In-Betweeners movie.
Yes.
Where Jay and Simon just get each other in a headlock, and everyone's laughing at them, and they're like, "I'm going to fucking do you, I'm going to fucking do you." That's pretty much this.
Yeah,
and it did have me in stitches. It was beautiful.
100%.
But everyone that's not a known actor, fuck it, bang your head on the concrete. I don't care.
So the next day, we get our first appearance on the creature, a bit by surprise because there's like a stork or a heron just stood there on the river looking down. And the creature just goes, yoink!
Yeah.
Pretty really funny.
Nom.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant.
Let's say, I think back in the 1950s that'd be really scary, but now it's like a sight gag game Futurama or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it accompanied by either complete lack of music or...
I think it's a complete lack of music, remember?
No pageantry at all involved there,
Yeah.
And he starts... Is this a bit as well where he completely sort of blows his cover, really, by snatching up the the bird, and then turns into like a sort of Michael Myers type figure, where he's just like bobs out of the water, has a little look at the boat, bobs a little bit closer.
Yeah, pretty much. What happens is they bring the net down, ready to capture it, and then our boat guy, I think his name's Joe, he gets in the heavy as fuck scuba suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much tin and copper in that suit.
I know, yeah.
Comes up fucking green.
And he goes down in the water, and the creature's literally waving at him.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah.
Just like, hello.
Yeah, not great times, that.
No. And, bear in mind, we're about 9 minutes into the film.
Yes.
And the creature goes, fuck it, I'm going to attack this guy.
Yeah.
And attack he does.
Yeah. We've fallen quite far a ways from the tried and tested suspense method of individually killing off various ethnic crew members in an archaeology expedition, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Where's the hired help gone? Never mind, I'm sure he's run back to his village scared.
Yeah.
Where's the other one? And
we're here to see one thing, and that's this creature flap about a little bit. Although, positives.
Oh, yeah.
I think the underwater stuff's really nicely shot. Certainly better than Jaws 3, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're in the original as well. First one.
the scenes here, because I've said on this podcast before about how I find all underwater scenes quite plodding and slow and therefore not very dramatic, but here, throughout the film, they do a very good job, I think, actually.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Because normally all you've got up top is a pair of legs dangling.
Yeah.
And then the creature just kind of doing its thing. And it's all shot very well. The guy can clearly swim in the suit somehow.
Yeah. I say he does a fantastic job there. Yeah. But it also just feels like the pace is a lot more kinetic than what you usually get underwater.
Yeah.
So, like, when the creature and Jaws are scrapping here, it feels like a proper scrappers over on land or something.
Yeah.
And it comes across really well.
And if it ever gets dull, they just go back up to the top.
Yeah.
For people to react to what's going on under the water.
Yeah.
Which always helps.
Yeah, I'll say when we've got something to splice in between, then it does work quite well, actually.
Yeah.
So Joe has to bring out his, what we call a knife, a blade, what have you, to get the creature away.
Yep.
And so the creature gets revenge by going up onto the surface and yanking out his hair pipe.
Yeah, which is banter points, that.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I just love how his creature knows. Yeah, that's how he's breathing. Boink.
Yep.
Yeah, quite smart, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the guy makes it. Is okay. But,
He's fine.
Yeah. He's all right.
Yeah. Shout out to the crew of the boat for having the world's shittest marksmanship as well, when they're all shooting the creature and somehow missing by a significant margin from not a great distance.
Yeah.
Well, they all joined the Galactic Empire 20 years later, didn't they?
So after this, they decide, fuck it, we'll get the explosions out.
Just unpack the explosions.
Fucking, this is great. With a fucking fish.
Where the fuck did they get 50 mines from?
I hope you ain't going to blow up my boat, Mr. Johnson. Like my wife, she's not much, but she's all I have.
Don't worry. There's just enough dynamite in these cans to stun anything below the surface. If that thing's alive, this ought to do the trick. On back to the reader.
All right. You do it easy, huh? You ready?
Here goes nothing.
I know.
Yeah. Just take them with you on a standard fishing trip, just in case. You never know.
Yeah. Why didn't we just do this in the first place as well?
I know.
Yeah.
Is it mines or is it sticks of nitroglycerin or something that they just fucking got on the boat hanging loose?
Yeah, it's where the fuck did we get this from?
Fucking lob it, it'll be alright.
Yeah. And one of the crew members goes, here goes nothing. Then it all explodes and, they actually get the creature. He floats up into the surface, face down.
Absolutely hilariously floats to the surface, just like spread eagle.
Fucking
like the world's biggest turd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hell. And the creature's been captured. So, in the midst of loads of news reports and flying newspapers, I
love that shit, by the way.
There's a lot of
my
exciting
favourite
newspapers, isn't
tropes. Brilliant.
Batman style.
Yeah.
So, they shoehorn in the fact that this is the greatest discovery since the atom bomb.
Yeah.
I don't think greatest is the right word for it.
No.
And yeah, he's off to the water park. He goes
in America.
Yeah,
So collecting air miles again, aren't we?
Yes.
yeah. I say, how far away have they travelled? A good 5,000 miles
Well,
Yep.
yeah. By boat.
by boat. So
In,
it's
in
taken
the
a while.
50s. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just chuck him in some open air tank with a bunch of jobbers from the fucking pest control.
It was so funny that when they were transferring the creature and they're like sort of like dragging him through, like I can imagine like this is like a sort of Grimsby Dock scenario. And the fish comes in and they just like shove it through into this little fucking trailer thing, hoist it up, chuck it in the back of a truck, off you fuck.
I'll tell you what we should have done. He should have been treated like a goldfish, so just like put in a big bag, a bit of water in,
Yeah.
just put the bag on top of the other water to make sure he's acclimatised and just release him from there.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still in a coma all this time, and of course the action afterwards is to casually walk him around while floating face down to see if he
fucking
wakes
funny.
up.
Yeah. Oh well, there's a little bit in between, isn't it, where we waz off and meet
Yes,
Professor Sleaze, as
Yes.
I call him,
that's right.
where he's in his lab with a familiar face as one of his assistants. Did you spot the familiar face as the lab assistant?
I did. Yes.
I think I did, but I've forgotten
Yeah.
who's.
So, Clint Eastwood.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
His first ever talking role.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
Where
Oh! Do we know the connecting Back to the Future trivia?
I read this morning, so yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'll let you do it
not.
then, Willy.
Fire away. Tell me.
I can't remember the exact dialogue now, but for what about? If I know, Dave, do you want to take this?
So
Because it's a film poster, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
they're in. The film came out in '55, didn't it?
Yes, so when they're in the
Yeah.
1955, then they've got a poster for
Yeah.
Revenge of the Creature upon a wall while
Yeah.
Doc and Marty are talking.
In Back to the Future Part 3, when they're about to go back to the Old West, 1885, in the background on the wall, whilst they're in 1955,
Yeah.
there's a poster of Clint Eastwood's first film, which is Revenge of the Creature. And obviously he goes back in time and calls himself Clint Eastwood.
Oh fucking hell!
That's banter points, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have IMDb to figure that out then as well.
No,
That's amazing.
No, nothing like that.
Clever.
Very good work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Thanks, Rob.
he's there for a bit of he's there for a bit of a sight gag.
Yeah.
Or he experiment with 4 mice, but there's actually 3 of them. Well, in the same glass box as a cat, but it turns out the mouse was in his locker.
Ah, gotcha.
And then we also meet our glamorous female scientist, Helen Dobson. Is it Laurie Nelson, I believe?
I believe so, yes, yeah.
Yeah, she was a bit of a... I think she was in quite a few of these kinds of films around this time.
Quick question, did I mishear dialogue, or is she supposed to be British in this film?
She's from England, isn't she?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she is supposed to be, but it's never really followed up in terms of performance, is it?
Not really, no. I think the idea was she's percentage British, so she could do all these info dumps,
Yes.
you know, or
Is it-
biology based. I
Yeah.
think it'll sound smart and intelligent because she's from England.
Yes.
Don't really see it personally.
Didn't really
but-
work for me. No.
I don't think she was hired because of that, but we'll get to that a bit later.
Yeah, she's purely there so that guys can go, sexy woman, you'd look good next to an oven. Oh, well, biology, science, biology. Got me there. About 8 fucking times.
Yeah, that is true.
So when they're walking Gilman, they
Like
do
he's in fucking rehab. Come on, mate, kick. Come on.
Yeah, you're just like walking around in the water, and she's giving this explanation, and she gets to look at the professor, and she just forgets all her science. Science.
Yeah, because that's how it works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Science.
Very poor man's SeaWorld as well, isn't it, this place that they've sent him to?
Fucking shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Pound World,
Scarborough, mate.
SeaWorld, Jesus Christ.
Well, again, Shark Attack 2, it's Waterworld, isn't it? Was it? Or was that Jaws 3? I can't remember which one's Waterworld now.
Jaws 3, isn't it? Is the one that's in the...
What's the Shark Attack 2 one called then?
Sealand?
So it's always some sort of slight variation on SeaWorld, isn't it?
Yeah, someone listen back to episode 2 and let us know. Now available on iTunes and Spotify.
Banger.
Bang bang.
And the We Made This network.
We made this.
We did make this, didn't we?
Yeah,
We did, yes. There we go, that's our tag from the beginning.
Excellent. We'll just stick it in the middle.
You're welcome, Tony. This is a test to see if you listen to this, you see.
Oh, well, there we go. We'll find out now, won't we?
Okay, yeah.
So, is it...
If you hear this, Tony, the secret code word is...
Wank.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So, Joe revives the creature, doesn't he, next? Is that right?
Yes, he does, and it kicks off.
It does, yeah, but he escapes pretty unscathed, and then the two jobbers come in to try and stop him getting out, and don't escape unscathed.
Just a note, so they know this creature's really dangerous, but for some reason we decided his rehab is going to take place in the shallow end of a pool.
Yes.
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 With actual people walking him around.
Yeah.
With no roof on it.
Yeah, and
And some ladders.
Yeah.
and oppress the members of the public about, 8 foot high from it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit bollocks, lads, come on.
Well, health and safety was different in the 50s, Wilson.
Yeah. To a contrived degree, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's convenient.
So, he attacks, and the jobbers get it. I don't think he actually kills the two that are there.
No, one of them. Someone gets their top ripped off, don't they?
Yep.
And someone gets slapped about a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But no one's dead at this point.
No.
I tell you who the jobbers remind me of. This is my wrestling reference of the week.
Oh, here we go.
So these jobbers remind me of the Singh brothers from the WWE. Specifically when Randy Orton ganked them over the announce table a few months ago. They're just very floaty lads, aren't they? Like they just get thrown around a lot. It's like throwing a lot of paper up in the air and it just flutters down.
Yeah.
Joe!
Give me that. Be careful. Joe, careful. Oh, yeah. Get him out of there. Get the net ready. Throw the net. Throw the net. Bring him over here, Joe. Okay, I've got his wrist. Get those cuts fixed up right away. All right, all right. Get out of here before that thing breaks loose again.
Yeah, so he gets transferred to the larger tank. Surprise, surprise.
Probably should have done that in the first place.
Yeah, pretty much, and we chain him up. Again, should have done that in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've noticed I've housed him in the same place as a load of fish. That's not really fun with other fish, but thankfully for them, he's not really interested in them, so...
No, he's a good job. He's saltwater compatible as well.
Quite. Yeah.
Science, biology, science.
Man.
But obviously, now that she's seen a man.
Yeah. Well, that's the next
She's
bit, isn't
forgotten.
it? Where Professor Sleaze and Helen flirt over science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about science to the little to no audience effect, to be honest, as a viewer. And
Science, biology. Now, how did you know that?
oh, little lady, you're so clever.
Oh, science.
Would you like children?
Because I would like children.
And while this is going on, Waterworld, whatever you want to call it, is open for the day.
Yep.
One thing I did notice, a weird lack of sound here. Diegetic sound, that's the word. Mm-hmm. That means sound within the film as it's happening instead of like overdubs or anything like that.
Yes.
Like one shot's just complete silence for some reason.
Yes, I mean,
It's really weird.
you had to do it on tape back in the day. It was effort.
Yeah.
True.
Too much.
I could patch that up and re-upload it to archive.org. That'd be funny.
just change it to soundtrack.
Yeah. If Universal didn't have the masters and they just pulled it off and started bobbing it out on Blu-rays for the next creature film that comes out.
Ooh, I've just had my idea for my next shit posting project.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, here he goes.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to start getting public domain films and change the soundtrack for some like really weird pop music.
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe-
Everything's just Bulgarian trance music.
No, I was like maybe cracking out like Backstreet Boys again or something.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or do like Spice Girls, so we're like trying to get a sequel to Spice World.
Yeah.
It's just Creature from Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
Spice Girls music over it.
Creature from Spice World.
Hey!
Ooh-wee.
There you go.
It'd be great if you could just re-upload stuff on archive.org and replace it.
Yeah, replace the original file.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and in about 400 years' time, someone's just dabbling around and resampling stuff. And, like, you've got Backstreet's Back slowed down by 800% across the entire film. And someone's just like... Because it will happen in 400 years. Probability will do that. Someone just speeds the film up by 800%. And then it just plays it back, and they're like, wait, this film was 1955. What?
Were the Backstreet Boys time travelers?
Oh my god! And then the film ends. Bite.
Got a little note here. For shit SeaWorld film name enthusiasts. I have noted down the name of this particular iteration here.
Oh, here we go.
It is Ocean Harbour.
Oh, that sounds quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? There's boats in and out.
Yeah.
Let's have a few tanks in there.
Yeah. I was hoping it was something like World Sea. Or,
Yeah.
Ocean Harbour sounds like just a street.
Sounds like a hotel in Mallorca.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Well,
Well,
Life
that's what it's
Sea
called
Centre.
anyway.
Sounds like the name of an emo band.
Yes.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Tim, co-host of Without a Mouse,
Oh, plug.
also on the We Made This network. Plug.
Have you shoved that on there as well?
Yes.
Oh, Willy.
I know. I'm very generous. I'm not even paying for it.
Did you want to put your podcast on here, Wilson? Yeah, all of them. All right, steady on.
Yeah. So if you get back to me, Tim, about whether or not there's a band called Ocean Harbour, that'd be great.
There's got to be. There's got to be.
If not, there's about to be.
Yeah. I'm forming an emo band at the age of 31.
Oh, there's so many inappropriate comments I can make about that. Moving on.
That's more of a pop punk thing. Anyway.
Sorry, Willy.
Anyway, let's feed for dolphins.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like here to shoehorn in and just show the audience what the plan is for the Gillman, basically,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And
This is
also,
what's going to happen to him.
Also make use of that stock footage while it's hot.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the same stock footage they used in Jaws 3, just in black and white.
I
Will
know.
you let that go?
No, I can't.
No, to be fair, I've got Jaws 3 written all over
yeah.
my comments as well.
Fair play.
But basically, I wrote in the page 2, fuck, we're in Jaws 3 territory again.
Yeah. Same studio. Coincidence? I think not.
No.
Coinky dink.
So while the dolphins are being fed, they're feeding Gillman as well. And and for fish in general, from what I can gather. And what I like is how they use, in the dishwasher, like have a little drawer of cutlery.
Yeah.
I like how they use that to feed the fish with.
Yeah, that's good fun, that, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's all right. That's the only thing I got out of this scene, really.
Yeah,
Gilman manages to bully the man away and take all the food for himself. But this leads us on to more nonsense with the professor and the lady just...
Oh, is this where Professor Sleaze and Helen decide to take a dive with the creature to assess its intelligence / see Helen wet in a white bikini?
Decent.
We've jumped ahead slightly. But
sorry, mate. Sorry, that was just the next note I had.
But no, let's... to be fair, we might as well get to that one in all fairness, because for what it's worth, the only scene in between is... I think it's the final scene for, Joe on the boat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who I thought was going to be a much bigger character.
Yeah. I think literally his last scene is after the creature bullies away the guy and eats all the food. He try and cox block the Professor and Helen.
Well, yeah.
And this is a weird scene in 2019 in terms of the actual bodily abuse Helen gets from being dragged in two directions.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the way the story was set up was that Professor Sleaze was a bit of a dickhead, but Joe was like a straight blue-collar guy. Yeah. And so I thought Professor Sleaze was going to turn into some kind of like fucking asshat who was going to sacrifice Helen over his own, to save his own skin, and then Joe would be the conquering hero at the end and they'd get together. Misread it.
It's quite interesting because I didn't really see Professor as an arsehole, in all fairness.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's sleazy though, isn't he?
He is slightly, but I thought
different
probably
time
like you,
at different time.
I thought he was the setup, but Joe in the end was gonna be the one having a rummage of Helen.
But so weird the way he just disappears.
Like it's literally after this scene. I don't think he appears again in the film at all. It's very weird.
Some horrendously mixed messages throughout, and it just ends, and I'm like, hang on a minute, who do I like? I don't like anyone here. I like the dog.
Yes, it was a cracking doggo as well.
Yeah,
It was a cracking doggo that fucking hates Professor Sleaze.
Yeah.
German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Good dog.
Hey, doggo. Fuck off. Get off me towel, cunt.
13 out of 10 doggo, definitely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, let's get on to the thing I was going to mention about why Helen is actually in this film.
Yes.
And that is for her to be in her skivvies, shall we say.
Bit of shit.
Yeah, basically. I think I've got that note down as well. Yeah.
Some things don't change, do they, in the horror genre? You know, as we have gone through, even up to this day, really.
No, not really. No.
So here's a consistency error for you. Continuity Chris rises again.
Oh, here we go.
From the ashes.
So in the first scene, we've got Joe, and he goes down in the Amazon in his full scuba suit and everything because the creature might attack him.
Mm-hmm.
Here, we've got Professor and Helen in their underwear, just casually swimming around with they're not like in a cage or anything like that, just casually swims around.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have a connection, or Helen does. Is this before or after the little bit where she's looking through the porthole? I think it's after.
Yeah.
And the creature sort of looks at her a bit and they imply that there's some connection there, and then her and Professor Sleaze go off for a date.
They try to. It's just a load of bollocks, though, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it is, definitely.
Yeah.
Look how sad the creature is. It's got human feelings. It's very... Want to come out to dinner? Yes.
'Twas beauty that killed the beast.
Want to feel sorry for this creature? Fuck off. Oh, okay.
He's such a twat.
It's the fact that he just fucking jabs a creature. He's like, look, chit, look, psh, fuck off.
Yeah. So the reason why they swim down is because they want to teach it to stop whenever it attacks anyone.
Yep.
And their idea is if they jab it with a large electric pole to shock it a bit, then that'll do the job.
Yeah.
I'm sat there thinking, because he's like, oh yeah, we're going to hit him with the electric cattle prod. Okay, you're going to get in the water with that cattle prod, are you?
Give it a go, mate. See what happens.
Yeah. He's just...
Why are all the fish dead?
Science. Make a baby, yo.
Next thing you throw a toaster at it underwater.
That'd fucking do it, wouldn't it, though? That'd sort it out. If he misbehaves, just chuck a waffle iron in there. Fuck you.
And, from now on, the only ones that we're going to feed him, that don't really go anywhere.
No.
So, the next, I'd say, good 20 minutes or so, a bit of filler.
Yeah, quite a bit of filler. I must confess, I dozed slightly here. I don't
really remember it. I know that people got in and out of the water. Someone else died.
So my notes I've got here. So there's more experiments. I think they drug him at one point to make him go asleep so he can learn more about his electropulses.
Yep.
With the great line from someone saying, when you fall asleep, your brain stops working.
Excellent, brilliant.
Probably not true. And there's a date. They go on a beach. The doggo
isn't interested in sleaze.
The doggo cock blocks them.
There's a bit of the creature clanking his chains underwater as well, isn't there?
Yeah,
trying to get free. No, he's having a think about it, isn't he?
He's having a little think. Yeah.
All these wonderful things pointing to the fact it's an intelligent creature.
Yeah. They just don't notice any of them.
No. I can't wait for the payoff at the end when we find out he's really intelligent.
And there's filling forms that literally say Gilman on it. And
Steve Gilman.
Considering this film is an hour 22, this is definitely padding in there.
It's filler.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's
think,
furniture warehouse time with a padding right now.
I think this is a bit in ye old final draft, or a typewriter. They went, shit.
Yeah.
Right, I've got 20 pages to fill here. I know where it's going.
Control C, Control V.
But I don't know what I'm doing on. So, yeah. not really much to say there. In all fairness,
not really. No.
Yeah, like I said, I got a bit bored, but I figured I'd have to take notes because you two will bob off. So,
well, I mean, I have got notes. So it just largely pertains to the
like Z.
Yeah. There's that, and
the pen goes down the page. Little paw prints on it.
Yeah, I put a couple of notes about how I really do quite like the underwater stuff. I think it's nicely shot.
It is nicely shot. Yeah. When you factor in the difficulties of actually doing that at the time.
Mm.
Yeah, and we faff around with it for a bit, don't we? Until the creature breaks his chains. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Just to jump in, actually, just quick about another note I saw on IMDb, but apparently the guy in the costume almost drowned at one point during the production.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
No. I mean, bear in mind, there's a couple of changes to the suit from the first one. So first of all, they actually had oxygen fed into the suit.
Yeah, so you've got like little bubbles coming out.
Yeah. So,
quite funny.
whereas in the first film, they just didn't. They basically shot like a minute at a time and brought it back up
fucking breath, lad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a few kilos lighter this time?
Yes.
Excellent. I don't want to know what that guy went through in the first one.
Oh, God, no. But it's a very nice suit, though. Like, considering for the time, it just looks so effective. Okay, fair enough. Now you can say, yeah, it's a man in a rubber suit, and you wouldn't argue against it. But I bet at the time it was like,
have you seen Roger Corman's Creature from the Haunted Sea?
No, I've not seen one.
Right, chances are if you've got any compilations of classic old horror, it's fucking on it. It's Hollywood DVD fodder. If you've ever been to Poundland, you'll easily find it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it came out around probably a bit after this.
Right.
And fuck me, it's just like a bunch of bin liners with some googly eyes on it, sat at the bottom of the ocean holding a treasure chest.
Brilliant.
It's shit.
Brilliant.
This is leaps and bounds ahead. This suit is awesome.
Yeah. So we go on to the final experiment, and it's the final one because this is where it all goes a bit tits up.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, they're just in their skivvies. This time they're doing something with a floating ball. I don't even know what I can't remember what they're trying here.
No.
But very quickly, the creature goes yoink, and he drags Helen away. Very momentarily, our sleazy professor manages to get her back.
Yep.
Yeah. I think, did the Singh brothers make a reappearance here as well?
I think so, yeah. so like,
flying about.
Yeah, so bear in mind,
bear
in mind the creature's been chained to the bottom of the sea all this time.
Yeah.
He finally figures out how to break free.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so this is where all sorts of shit starts going down.
Yes, mate. And there's some nice little... I do like, in any film of this type, a nice little montage of knobhead park or SeaWorld visitors running around, falling over each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's essential. Tick. It's right up there.
Yeah.
It's right up there with the pissed foreign boat captain. It has to be there.
There's a absolutely bizarre little cutaway bit where there's a child laying on the floor, the creature approaches it, and the child just basically is kicking his hind leg.
Yeah.
Like a fucking donkey or something, and somehow that keeps the creature at bay until the mother runs up, gives the child a hug, and the creature's like, no, it's just too pathetic even for me.
Yeah. Moving on, can't do that, it's 50s.
Yeah. And also, the other thing, I sort of greatly admire it, considering the trouble I've had parking this evening.
Wilson had trouble parking this evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, with the amount of space left between each car.
Yeah.
But here, for parallel parking is fucking perfect in this film.
Yeah.
It is symmetrical. It is a work of art. And I look at the shit out in Fishergate where people have taken up 3 spots just to fucking get in.
Oh, I know, yeah.
And we've had to pay £4 in parking around the corner.
Dylan's barbershop or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Every time you fucking come down the street, there's a van parked up across the road, and then he fucking runs out, gets some hair products out the back of the van, gives a fellow an envelope of money. It's like, what is going on? He's got some illegal vape juice and conditioner in there for his shitty little barbershop. Sorry, Dylan, if you listen to this, I don't think you do.
Regular listener.
Yeah. Dylan's Barbers.
Is that where you get yours done?
Absolutely not. No. Every time I walk past, I'm blinded by the amount of fucking LEDs that are flashing into the street.
Oh, mate.
Jesus Christ. Shit.
So we get, as well, do we get another newspaper printing montage here of Creature on the Loose?
Yes.
Excellent. Got to have it, haven't you? Fantastic. And then the
Man
creature
injured by flying newspaper.
Yes, yeah. And the creature goes all Michael Myers again and tips up at the motel that
I've got one thing before it.
Oh God.
I say this is cliche moment of the week. This is more like one of my favourite tropes in film.
Yeah.
Makeout Creek.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
This is classic 1950s. You know what I said before about like wanting to write scripts around like all these like thinking like 50s. These films are actually shit around all the like different cliches. This was like going to be like the main opening scene I was going to write involving Makeout Creek.
Yeah. There was that 2 30-year-olds in a parked car awkwardly pretending to kiss for the first time.
Yeah, that's one. And for some reason, a policeman comes and breaks it up. Awful lot of cock blocking in this film.
Awful lot. Yeah, awful lot.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Jealousy?
Maybe. I mean, the dog's justified.
Oh, yeah.
Sleaze is a bit of a knob.
Yeah, well, again, I don't really see it, but, you know. I'm not going to go against what the doggo's doing.
Absolutely, that's the thing.
Yeah.
What does the doggo think?
Exactly.
Yeah. He's not thinking for much longer, though, is he?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Further feeding into the Michael Myers aesthetic of the creature at the minute.
Yeah. So, yeah, the motel, Rob, do you want to run through this?
Well, it's just a bit weird, isn't it? It's just like, you know, the creature is definitely showing intelligence at this point by intuitively knowing that Professor Sleaze and his missus are in a motel down the road.
So now we're in Jaws 4 territory?
Yes, yeah, very much so. Yeah, the connection has been made, and there's a stunning bit where two of my favourite, hitting all of my favourite 50s horror tropes here all at once, is they managed to combine the gratuitous shots of the woman getting undressed with a shot of the creature looking like an absolute Doyle in the window watching it. Big goofy face, yeah. Fantastic.
Good thing didn't see underneath the window.
Hey! So yeah, just as a bit of a watch, doesn't he, basically?
Yeah. And who can blame him?
Yeah. It's the woman's fault for not being fully clothed in the shower, really.
Bitch. Yeah, should have been. And again, at this point, I don't know who I like, who I don't like.
No.
I think Lady's alright, Ellen, whatever she's called.
Helen, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's fine. She's just kind of in the middle of it with these absolute... Well, one's a monster, so he can be sort of forgiven, but he's a bit of a bellend.
Yeah.
Dr. Sleaze. And it's just her and the dog that I'm on board with, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a whole career in front of her. Babies.
Sure, yeah. A career of making babies in front of her.
Making baby.
Unfortunately, it's the end for the doggo. Coming up, right?
R.I.P. Never forget.
Did you catch what the doggo's name was?
No.
Chris.
Oh, yeah. Eleanor went on about it for about 10 minutes. She was just so hyped the dog was called Chris.
Yeah. So I spent like 10 minutes of the film when we were calling out for Chris. I was just like sat up attentively. I'm like, what do you
Chris!
want? I'm like, eh?
Mum!
Do we get a treat? What? What's going on?
And we went back to chewing your arse in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Nom. Yeah, so the doggo's dead. Well, not explicitly. He just disappears and we don't see him again. Maybe that's what happened to Joe, you know.
Maybe, yeah, killed off screen.
Yeah.
Couldn't afford to keep him for any more shooting days.
No. So, next day they go back on a boat to hunt him down because they assume he's either gone back into the water, but they also think he's somewhere along that little stream along Florida somewhere.
Yeah.
Well,
so, and I think this is where, well, they park up for some reason, and then they decide to jump into the water. Again in the skivvies, again without any sort of protection. And I mean armour protection, not like condoms or anything like that.
Yeah.
Oi, oi. And the creature is right there, swimming around them, and they just don't notice.
No.
The closest you come to noticing is when the creature pulls on Helen's leg, but she thinks that the sleazy professor did it.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Actually, speaking of this scene, fuck the sleazy professor, right? Because she's like, I'm just kind of sad about my dog. He's gone missing, it might be dead. He's like, you don't need to worry about your dog. I'm sure he'll find his way home. I mean, she's from England, mate. Yeah. In a motel. And now we're on a boat in the middle of nowhere, trying to get as far away from this creature as possible. Don't think the dog's going to be alright. But you got me now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's creepy. He's a creepy fucker. I don't like him at all.
Don't worry about your dog. He'll be back. Like, you fucking killed him, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's because he doesn't like you. Chris doesn't like you, mate.
Now stop worrying about Chris.
It's not like him to take off like that.
Look, he'll probably be waiting for you on your doorstep when you get home.
I hope so. For a scientist, I sure am a sentimental fool.
Stay that way. Come on, now let's enjoy the trip.
No, I don't move. So, and then either I nodded off here, or they suddenly jump in time and are on a date at Fancy Harbour restaurant.
Yeah. Like they just jump cut straight to it.
Yeah, like suddenly they're all like fancily dressed up and everything. Like, what happened here? What's going on?
Boats are transitions. It's fine.
It's
fine. They're going somewhere.
1950s star wipes.
Yeah,
boats.
Is it just after the meal where Helen gets kidnapped?
Yeah, that's right, yes.
Yeah. So...
Oh, well, apart from, they come up with a line of, science is great and all, but love is way more important. Look, Professor, if you're going to fuck her, just fuck her.
Yeah,
okay? Just
please get it over with.
Love is more important. Yeah, I love my dog as well, mate.
So the next scene after that contains... God, it contains probably my cliche moment of the week.
The professor's in charge now.
It contains so much contrivance, sorry listeners, I can't even. Like, everything just came at me all at once. So we've got, in ascending order, the return of the Benny Hill cop knobheads.
Excellent.
We've got the contrivance or cliche nature of the creature being restricted to being very close to water, thus making him incredibly easy to find with the woman. And then we've got Professor Knobhead turning sort of like crusading alpha hero. Just hit me with it all at once in one scene. It's like a machine gun to the face.
The fact that this fucking creature, he can go for like 2 minutes carrying it. It's like, oh, fucking hell. Then has to put her down, hobble back into the water for a breather. Come back out. Right, go on then. Fucking hell.
He's not exactly going to take long to track, is he?
No.
A bit like a guy like 40 a day who takes up running as New Year's resolution. Like, seems like it's just like, oh, fucking hell.
He's got a camping chair with him. Yeah.
Just like stood there for a few minutes. Okay, I'm ready now. Okay, let's go. Like in the end, like maybe do a mile.
Yeah. The search for the creature really becomes much easier when the police happen upon the bodies of the Singh brothers.
Oh, yes. I love this because the creature just lures them in. Basically, Helen's unconscious on the beach. Well, he puts her down the beach to draw people into it and go, fuck off.
Yeah.
And just absolutely ganks them.
100%.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And it all happens so fast here in these last couple of sequences. It was over before I knew it.
It does. Do you ever have this thing where you have this really good idea for a joke, but then you realise, hang on a minute, you'd be completely hypocritical if you made the joke?
Yes.
Well, this scene takes place in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
So I just wrote down a gag about this is the second worst thing to ever happen to Jacksonville, Florida after Limp Bizkit. But then it's like, hang on a minute, I literally just did a podcast about Limp Bizkit about a month ago.
Oh,
I can't really...
3 podcasts.
3 podcasts, Willy. I can't really make that joke, can I?
Well, you just did, didn't you?
It was this third podcast. You know what Metallica did to Jason Newsted, don't you? When he found all the friends to play with. Yeah.
He was a guest. He was a guest now.
Oh, guest now.
I'm a guest on other podcasts.
Bring him in as a consultant.
Yeah.
Professor Wilson.
Yeah. Professor of podcasts.
Was it a Limp Bizkit special? And they brought in the big guns.
It was a podcast called Pick a Disc, and I thought I'd be really subversive by picking Limp Bizkit, but then it turns out everyone guessed what I was going to do anyway. Because I'm so fucking predictable.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Oh, you're getting there.
I don't know what I'd pick if I went on something like that. What would you pick if you had one album to talk about?
Yeah.
Word association. What's the first thing that springs to mind?
I mean, it doesn't have to be your favourite album, just an album you think is the most interesting. Because
first one that pops to mind is Republica.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember them from the 90s?
Yeah.
That's a very interesting choice, and I didn't expect that from you.
Still doing the on the Halfords adverts, but the album's really good. That and the Babylon Zoo album. You know, Spaceman?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're basically 2 one-hit wonder bands, and I went out like a chump and bought the albums.
Yeah.
And the albums are pretty good. It's just all very different, interesting stuff.
It's like me with Wheatus, mate.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the rest of the album, though?
It's alright.
It's alright.
I've heard worse.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can bang it on in the car and...
Yeah, they did, yeah.
That,
Little respect.
yeah. Cover. Mind you. Well, you know.
Of Aha.
Yeah. Was that Aha? For some reason I thought it was Soft Cell.
No, it's a cover of someone completely different. It's...
Was it Erasure?
No.
It's someone like that.
This is going to sound the vaguest helpful thing I can offer, but it's a duo of gay guys from the 80s.
Just gonna have a look. So right, you said Fred, is it?
Pet Shop Boys?
No, it's... No, it's not Eurasia. It's you're not Eurythmics. Yeah.
It's Erasure. A little respect.
Oh, I thought you said Eurasia or Asia, as in the band Asia.
No. Erasure.
Your Asia.
Like, just say Razor. Just say Razor.
Okay, Razor.
There you go.
All right. Anyhow, Revenge of the Creature.
Revenge of the Creature. Yeah.
Wrap it up, Wilson. We're in the last few scenes, aren't we?
It's very weird because, well, can I just say, one of the singles when he gets tagged out, he gets thrown against a tree. 0 gravity effect.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fucking funny.
I know. Yeah.
He goes down and then comes back up on the shimmy, doesn't he, like a zip line? For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I couldn't let that one pass, fucking hell.
No.
That was brilliant.
Fantastic.
And awful and brilliant. So, they get the whole town's police together, and the professor makes this big speech, and I say, it can't, last outside water more than 2 minutes, blah, 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 and all this lot. And I looked at how long was left in this film. 4 minutes to go. Quite a big scene for 4 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a damp squib.
Yes.
It is, because our final action scene is literally a spotlight, sleazy professor sort of in the background calling towards the creature who's trying to carry Helen into the water. He's trying that whole stop gimmick that we mentioned earlier on.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work.
It doesn't.
It gets his attention eventually, but not with the word stop.
Yeah, it's just... All the way through this, there's just... Someone needs to pull the trigger on something. Because, it is intelligent. Oh, no, it's not. It's trying to kill people. Oh, no, it's not. Is it angry because it's been cattle prodded, or is it just angry? Is it a sympathetic creature? Is it not? What are we trying to say about it? Absolutely nothing. Shoot it. Done.
Yeah, well, the only thing that gets the trigger pulled on it is the fucking creature, isn't it?
I know, mate. Yeah. It's just baffling.
Yeah, the end bit's very baffling as well, because the creature goes back into water, lets go of Helen.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's swimming away.
Yeah.
Ooh, sequel.
Yeah.
They shoot at it and it swims away, then suddenly it cuts to another shot of the creature. And I'm sure this is a repeat shot from the first film, if I remember rightly.
Just floating?
Just floating downwards, so it's dead. There's literally no connection between those two cuts. It's very weird.
No.
And it feels like they put that in at the last minute because they thought, well, we want a sequel, but we need a definitive ending.
Yeah.
Very weird.
The only thing I want from this at the end, it would make it a much more enjoyable film for me, and much more of its time almost, and a complete piece, if the creature's swimming away, and it's like, all it wanted was to be free all along. That's all they need to say.
Yeah.
Is that maybe cattle prodding it pissed it off, and that's why it killed your dog and tried to steal you away.
So it should be called Free Gilly.
Jesus. So anyway, it gets shot to fuck, and that's the end, isn't it, really?
That is the end.
Giblets.
Yeah.
Fishy flakes.
So, shall we get your thoughts then? Let's start with you, Rob.
I, despite obviously the limitations of it and the fact it is quite rushed as a sequel, I had a really good time with it. I really enjoyed it, and I don't know if that's because I have a real love for the original, and obviously this is not on the same level, clearly. No. But it's still, I think if you compare it to a lot of stuff going on at the time, and especially a lot of rushed sequels to similar franchises.
Chaff. Yeah.
Then I think this is a good effort, considering the turnaround between them two films now is quick.
Yeah.
In 1955, it's
They must be writing about the script the day after they
literally.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And they must have started producing it. I think what they must have done is they must have started shooting it without knowing if they were going to ever release it, depending on the success of the first one or otherwise. I think they kind of like hedged their bets that it would do well enough for them to produce another film.
It's really impressive, the fact that they were able to make another suit / refit the original suit.
Yeah.
To actually not kill the man inside.
Yeah. And it looks great. It does look great. And the underwater stuff, as I've said, I think is really nicely shot. There's some problems with characterisation, to say the least. But it's you get what it says on the tin.
It's a 50s monster movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
How about you, Dave? What did you think?
I had a good time. I think we watched them back to back. Enjoyed the first one a lot more than I thought I would. It's got the naff hokiness that I like from the time period, kind of like the quaint cutesiness of it. That was good fun. I could feel a lot of a certain someone getting ideas for their large shark movie from this.
Yes.
A young man sat in the audience probably saw this.
Yeah.
The sequel, I just didn't get where it was going. It almost felt like they had a script for a different film.
Yeah.
And just stuck this stuff in it to make it context relevant to the original.
Yeah.
I just wish that, not in any kind of deep metaphysical way, I just wish that they'd tied little bows around various bits that are left hanging.
Yeah.
Especially the fucking characters that just disappear that I thought were going to be the main men sort of thing.
Definitely.
I had a good time though. It's one of those that I will categorise as harmless fun.
Yes, I think that's fair.
Not in a patronising way. It's just there, and it's all right.
How about you, Willie?
Spicy take.
No,
I preferred it to the original.
Nah. I'll go with good, not great.
Yeah.
It's got all the aesthetics of a 1950s horror film that I very enjoy.
Yep.
It just did feel like in that middle bit, they just had no idea where they were going with it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if they had one eye on a second sequel to this as well at that point, which is why there's so much filler in there, and they didn't want to do too much to ruin the creature's mystique.
Yeah.
As you said, the characters, although I didn't really see Professor as that sleazy, they were basically blank notebooks, weren't they? In talking form.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. They were just there to further the plot. So you got mandatory woman, who's also the mandatory scientist.
Yeah.
Got the mandatory good-looking guy. And
just page-turning white people, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. It felt... I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I mentioned that the first one felt like it was straight out the 30s.
Yeah.
It felt like it was bolted onto that universal cycle. This one feels as 50s as you can get.
Oh, undoubtedly.
The difference is quite astounding. There's a year apart, but they're both completely different.
Yeah.
Which
is weird, though, because obviously same director and everything.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know what it is exactly about it. It's maybe why the first one gets all the hype and gets lumped in with that cycle.
Yeah.
And why I never knew there were sequels to it.
Yeah, like I said, I had no idea until
I
was doing research for this podcast.
Yeah. There we go.
Very good.
Shall we start dishing out with turds and popcorns?
Shovels and scoops.
Rob, you first. Turds, popcorns.
Turds. I am going to go with a relatively light turding. I'm going to go with 4.
Ooh.
Because there are turdy moments, obviously, but I think there's nothing in there that, on a technical level for the time. It's great. I know I keep wanging on about it, but the underwater stuff's great. And I just don't. I think if you compare it to its contemporaries, and I don't mean necessarily. Well, maybe I do, and I don't. Films of its ilk in the 50s, but also sequels to those other Universal franchises. It's it holds its own in that context. So I will go with a 4.
Okay.
Popcorn.
I had a laugh. I had a good time with it. I laughed at it as much as I laughed with it.
That's good.
Which is kind of the point of the podcast, isn't it? So I'm going to go for 7 kernels of popcorn.
Ooh.
I had an enjoyable time with it, and I don't know if part of this is again my attachment to the original, maybe carrying through slightly. But that was how I saw it, lads.
Nice.
Okay then.
If there was a double feature playing in the city centre, you'd go see both.
Yes, I would. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I
Nice
would.
one. Yeah, cool.
How about you, Dave? Turds and popcorns.
Turds, I'm going to say 5.
Okay.
Like Rob said, there's not really anything wrong with it. It's just bang average.
Fair enough.
I think technically it is, like he says, above its peers of the time sort of thing. You put this against the fucking giant claw with that giant bird puppet banging into planes and stuff on wires, and it's just leaps and bounds ahead.
Yeah.
And it's got a certain tastefulness to it in terms of how it shows things, how it photographs things, how it looks, and how it holds its head high to a certain degree, and plays it very serious. So yeah, I can't really fault much with it. It's just I think it's the baggy middle section.
Yeah, which for a film of its length is sad.
Yes.
Yeah, I say
yeah.
Don't belong in. Well, it's unacceptable for an 82-minute film.
Yeah,
that's in there.
Yeah, you can certainly fill that with something. Just have it get out of the water earlier and do some carnage. Just rack up some bodies.
Considering how rushed the ending is as well.
Yeah. Well, you just pad that out. Yeah. Have some military dudes running around, no problem. Yeah,
you need to. How about popcorns?
What are you 5 again?
Okay.
Yeah, because I watched them back to back, and the contrast was quite sharp for me.
Yeah.
The original, I would that was a good 7 or 8 popcorns easily.
Yeah.
So it's the contrast for me. So a 5 and a 5, it's middle of the road for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Willy.
Okay then. Turds. I think I have to go with a 2.
Spicy Willy. Ooh.
Big Willy style.
Spicy Willy. Spicy. Oh, that's spicy. Goddamn. Ooh, that's spicy. The Godfather Part 3 was the best. The Fog was boring. I prefer the remake. Ooh, spicy. Willy style.
Controversial Willy strikes again.
Big Willy style.
Fuck right off.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, Spicy Willy.
Not really.
Well, I did originally have 3, and I've popped it up one after our conversation.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
I think you said the word tasteful there, and I think that's the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
In terms of the way it was made and everything, it's just a nice, tasteful film and
straight-faced.
Yeah, straight-faced.
It doesn't shit on the original either.
No, it doesn't, and aesthetically, it does everything for me. So no real complaints here.
Good.
Popcorn. So I can only really go for a 6 in all fairness.
Okay. Yeah.
As you say, it is that middle section that just killed the film off for me.
Yeah, you're making cups of tea, you're going for a wee.
Yeah.
There's
just too much filler in there when films of the same quality at the same time manages to fill their 85 minutes quite well, and this just stumbles along quite a bit.
It's a banging WrestleMania with a bikini match in the middle, isn't it, really?
I mean...
Yes.
Well,
that's a good analogy.
It's funny you should say that, because I liken this to an episode of WCW Nitro. in that the beginning was a really hot cruiserweight match.
Yeah.
And then the middle bit is when you start getting Barry Darso versus Van Hammer.
Oh, fucking hell, niche.
And then in the main event, you get this big matchup, so you get Hollywood Hogan versus the Giants. But unfortunately, there's only 5 minutes left of the broadcast. And so we do a quick little thing, everyone runs in, Tony Schiavone screams are out of time, and that's the end of it. So this is basically an episode of WCW Nitro.
Okay, fair play.
That's my wrestling reference of the week.
Surprised I didn't get 10 popcorns in that case.
If this was more early 99 Nitro instead of, instead of like 96.
Yeah.
So a 2 and a 6 was that?
Yeah, that's right, okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, that was Revenge of the Creature then. Thank you for tuning in. And next time, I believe it is Rob in the chair.
It is.
So, Rob, what have you got for us?
I'm going, having been a little bit inspired by yourself, Wilson, and going how you've gone into a period of horror that you have an affection for. I've started to do the same, and I've dived deep into the dumpster fire of 80s slasher shite. And it's going to be an interesting one. It's Slumber Party Massacre 2. So the silence is deafening there, viewers, listeners.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what you both thought of that.
Yeah,
very curious.
I like this theme that's going on because I'm sure Dave will have the same theme. It'll be from a period of film he absolutely loves.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah, everything he loves about cinema itself. But we'll get to that.
I'm sure we will.
Yes.
Fucking love gay porn, me. And Christmas dog films, love them. Love my choice director. Yeah, brilliant.
And on that note, it's a bye from Rob.
Goodbye, Christopher.
Bye from Dave.
Bye, Chris.
And it's bye from me.
What the fuck?
That's that then, isn't it?
I did say bye.
You did say bye.
Yeah, we're just not used to it
now.
Yeah. Just not used to it. I've got Stockholm Syndrome.
Psych!
Don't forget, you can follow us and keep up with all our updates at CineMortuary on Twitter, /CineMortuary on Facebook, and of course at CineMortuary on Instagram. I don't know how you do pictures of podcasts, but we're going to do that anyway.